What's up, people?
Várjatok egy picikét, előre elmondom nektek, hogy ez a Fraps használatáról fog szólni ez a videó, és hát ezt a videót meg fogom csinálni én magamnak magyarul is, hogy meg fogom csinálni tehát magyarul is, hogy értse aki magyar. Aki angol, az viszont angolul tudja megnézni. És ezt a csatornát arra szánom, hogy angol és magyar videókat is csináljak. Amiben annyi problémát látok, hogy lehet, hogy lesznek olyan végigjátszásaim, amiket angolul végigviszek, és magyar embereket is érdekelne, akik viszont nem tudnak angolul olyan magyar embereket. Viszont, és ez fordítva is megtörténhet. Viszont viszont van bennem még egy tény, ami azt ellenzi, hogy mind a kettő nyelvnek olyan gameplayeket, meg végigjátszásokat és videókat fog gyártani, amik őket érdeklik. Tehát ha kérsz tőlem magyarul egy portált, akkor adok neked magyarul egy portált. Ha kérsz tőlem angolul egy Team Fortress videót, akkor adok neked egy Team Fortress videót. Tehát bármit leírhatok a kommentekbe. Most is rendszeresen nézegetem a kommentjeimet. A mai a második, hogy megnézem egy videón kommentjét. És úgyhogy most 10 videó került fel egyszerre. Még úgyis pozitív vagyok és gyártom tovább a videókat. Minden esetre nézzük csak ezt meg.
Today I got another video that's going to show you guys how to record with Fraps. One thing to keep in mind is that this tutorial is for Windows 10. And one of the biggest problems with Fraps is that with Windows 10 you can't really record your desktop screen, but you can still record games. You're actually seeing my whole screen and Fraps itself because I'm recording with OBS, which is another program. I did put out a video on that program as well. I'll put a link in the description and an annotation on the screen. I'll put a whole bunch of things so you can click on that video so you can check that out. But this video is specifically for Fraps. Like I said before, this video is for Windows 10 and you do have limited options with Fraps. I also did put a video out showing you how to get Fraps for free. I'll put a link in the description and annotation for that as well. If you don't have Fraps already, you can go to that video and get it for free. Alright, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's just jump right into the settings. So once you open up Fraps, you're going to end up with the general screen. You can just leave this how it is. This doesn't really matter. So same thing with the FPS portion. This is just for benchmarking. The movies is where you really want to be. This is where your recordings are going to be started and all that. So the first thing you're going to notice is the folder to save your movies. I usually just change this to the desktop or a folder on my desktop. I have a folder specifically for my recordings. It's literally called recording, so I'll change it to that. Alright, so the next part is the video capture hotkey. It's going to start off with F9. I usually change mine to F4 because in most games that button doesn't really affect anything in it. So you can change it to that if you want, or you can leave it at F9. It doesn't really matter. The next part is the video capture settings. So I always like to record my videos in 1080p 60 frames. Your quality of your video is going to depend on your monitor. So if you have a 1920 by 1080p monitor, you're going to record in 1920p or 1920 by 1080. So basically this is just to change the frames per second and how well the video flows and all that. The next part is the loop buffer length. I just leave this how it is. Everything else I just leave how it is, except for once you get to the sound capture settings. So this should be checked off already, record Windows 7 sound. This is actually just going to record your game or whatever your desktop is playing. Whatever you're hearing through your speakers or your headphones, this is what that is going to record. So just leave that checked. Record external input, you want to get that checked. It's usually just going to be grayed out like this, but you want to have that checked. That's actually how you're going to record your microphone, or if you're using headphones, it'll show up there. If it's not showing up, the way to get it to show up to use your microphone is you go down to the speakers here, you right click, click on recording devices, and you want to make sure that your actual microphone or your headphones is checked off. And the way you do that is you just right click on that, and then you should be able to click OK. And then you might need to restart Fraps, and then once you restart it, this will be showing up as your microphone or your headphones. The rest, once again, you could just leave how it is, and that's pretty much it for your recordings. So as I stated in the beginning of the video, With Fraps, you can't really record your screen if you have Windows 10. You can use a separate program like OBS to record your screen if you want to show like a tutorial or something like that. But with Fraps, you can record your games. So one game that I'm going to test out to show you guys is Minecraft. Alright, so I've got Minecraft loaded up, and you can see in the top left that there is like a frame rate counter. So this is just going to show up, and when you're recording, it's probably going to be there. If you go to the FPS section, that is a way to take it off. I didn't mention that before, but if you don't want that to show up, you just click on there. But if it is showing up while you're recording, it's not actually going to capture that in your recording. So I'm actually going to switch over to record with Fraps so you can see what the Minecraft is going to look like with it. Alright, so this gameplay is being recorded by Fraps. It's not by any other program. This is the actual Fraps recording that I put in the video so you guys can see what it looks like. Once you actually start recording, that yellow overlay is actually going to turn to red, which is another great feature to that FPS counter. So that way you know that you are recording. And once you click on F4 again and it stops recording, it's going to go back to yellow. I'll put a screenshot on the screen of what it looks like when you're recording so you can know what I'm talking about. Alright, so once you're done recording your video in Fraps and you find your recording in your folder, if you double click on the video itself just on Windows 10, it's not going to play the actual video, it'll only play the sound. So the way that you fix that is if you right click on it and click open with and open up Windows Media Player, you'll then see the video and hear the sound. Once you put in, if you just put the video in an editing program, you shouldn't have a problem seeing the video. It's only with Windows 10 trying to play back the video and just look at it. So that's pretty much all you need to know for this tutorial on how to use Fraps with Windows 10. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be sure to respond. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Igen, ez lett volna a videó, amit meg szerettem volna mutatni nektek, és hát ezt azon a néven fogom feltenni, amin itt van, csak úgy, hogy odaírom mellé, hogy zárójel Apollo, tehát így, értitek? Tehát így úgy. Na, értitek. Valószínűleg senkit sem fog érdekelni a videó, de aki szeretné tudni, hogyan használja a Frapset, és szereti a csatornát, az megnézheti ezt a videó copyrightot, és annyi vele csak a problémám, hogy szerintem nem egy szép dolog, hogy én ezt csinálom. Minden esetre